Hi, my name is Nelly Cheboy. I'm the founder of TechLit Africa. At TechLit Africa, we build computer labs in rural African schools. I'm going to go a little bit more on why that is important. I grew up in rural Kenya. My mom was a street food vendor. For so many years, she'd wake up at 5 a.m., bake chapatis and mandazis, and sell it during the day. On a good day, she'll make $2. On a bad day, she'll be at a loss. With that kind of profits margin, we she really struggled to provide food for us. The house we grew up in was not safe. This is a picture of my sister and I outside the house. We were really embarrassed to take any pictures inside, and watching my mom struggle to raise us and work so hard to put us through school, I made a promise to her that I will work really hard, and one day I'll take care of her. So the only thing I could do was study really hard in school. So I did. I and ended up getting a full scholarship to Augustana College. When I got to Augustana College, I could work through a work study program and earn some income. So I saved up most of my money. And 1 year later, I flew home, landed in Nairobi, bought a truckload of furniture, and drove all the way to Mogotio and moved my family out of the house. I also went to Goodwill and bought some fancy dresses. And for the first time, we were taking pictures inside the house, and we were just really excited that day. This is a picture of my mom now. She lives at her own land. She has running water on site. The house is pretty safe. And here's a picture of my grandma. My grandma never went to school, and she always wanted to get a degree. So after I graduated college, I brought my graduation gown and gave it to her and be like, here is your honorary degree. She was really happy, and she still wears the gown to date. After moving my family out of poverty, I started thinking of ways to move my communities out of poverty. And education has meant a lot to me. And so I decided to build a school. My sister Sharon already had an associate's degree in elementary education. We only needed $6,000 to get started, and so I continued saving up. And 2 years later, we started with the 4 classrooms. As I was thinking of ways to move my community out of poverty, I continued to think on why, in the first place, why we were poor. And and the more I thought about it, is then I realized is that we are poor because of the systems that we have in place. If I was to start a business in Mogotio, the loans the interest rates are really high, and the grace period is really low. If I was to start a business distributing tomatoes, for example, we don't have the best roads to ship tomatoes to reach more communities. And so when you have systems like that continue hold you down, and you can't grow your business, you can't move your small businesses to middle business, then it's just really hard to have a thriving economy. So starting a business in Kenya is a lot harder than starting a business in America, for instance. But then I kept thinking about computers. Uh, 2020 has shown us that you can do so much by just having a computer. Most of us were able to keep our jobs and continue earning our income just working remotely from our bedrooms. And I realized that a computer is the easiest thing we can redistribute. It doesn't require fancy roads, it doesn't require best financial infrastructure. All we have to do is take computers that are going to waste in America and build computer labs in rural African schools. So when I think about tech literacy, I think of it as the easiest way to redistribute this amazing resource. And if kids are growing up with this resource, then there's no difference with a kid growing up in rural Kenya and a kid growing up in America. And so we did just that. We take computer donations from friends, and then we started running our own programs uh, at the school. As we were running the programs, we realized too that we can actually accommodate more segments of the population, not just the kids. We can work with adults and train them to do social media marketing and WordPress designs and so many other skills, enough for them to get jobs at these freelancing platforms like Fiverr and Upwork. And we also realized that some of the adults, they could not use the computers yet because they were not literate. And so we thought that we could also accommodate vocational training like braiding hair and tailoring, and along with financial literacy and adult literacy. So we set out to build a second school, and this is how the building would look when it's completed. The first floor will have the school. The second floor will accommodate the digital lab, which will both accommodate both the kids and the adults learning digital literacy. The third floor will have a library and the adult literacy, and the fourth floor will have the vocational school. And so we started in 2019. We started on this building. This is where we're at. We have 84,000 later. We had the first floor completed, and here are some of the pictures. The kids moved in early 2020. Yeah, just the kids in the classroom. And for this one, so we are asking your support to help us build the rest of the floors. And for $60,000, we can build an entire floor. For $20,000, we can build one classroom. For $3,000, we can build one wall. And for $500, we can make sure that those classrooms have windows and doors. So this is how the entire building will look when it's completed, and would love your support on the project. Bye.